Honorable Men Discord. Let's talk Rihanna and the woman that stalked her. Let's talk about it.
How you see yourself is how you perceived. I see a man strong, gifted, head strapping, never down on his knees, begging. Gotta make a way, even in my darkest hour. Say the odds against me was new. I would never cower.
As always, welcome back to another episode. If you haven't already, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Tell a friend to tell a friend. I drop episodes daily at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. For those of you that don't know about this story, which I find it hard to believe that you don't know about it, Rihanna's LA home received gunfire. There was shots at her home, and when authorities rushed to the scene, they apprehended the young lady who's also in the thumbnail behind me with Rihanna. So the young lady in the thumbnail, she's the one who did the shooting, and she was swiftly apprehended. But let's go into this news report, and then we're going to talk about it further.
New clues now in the assault rifle attack on Rihanna's mansion. As we're learning more about the woman police say opened fire on the Grammy winner's home. Eyewitness News reporter Liz Nagy live outside the Beverly Glen home with new revelations tonight. Liz.
Mark, tonight investigators are looking into new videos posted online long before they say Ivana Ortiz showed up here outside Rihanna's home with a gun. Now tonight, what investigators are really trying to figure out is if Ortiz traveled from her home in Orlando here to LA with the intention of shooting Rihanna or her home. Locked in an LA County jail for a second night on a multi-million-dollar bond, investigators are now digging into the criminal history and online musings of Ivana Ortiz, this Florida woman arrested and charged with trying to kill Rihanna. The R&B singer had apparently been on Ortiz's mind for some time.
Listen, Rihanna, when you die, God is taking me to my future. You want to kill me. Shut the up.
Investigators are now looking at this rambling talk-to-camera video posted on January 4th and many others like it on Ortiz's social media profiles. Strapped with a semi-automatic rifle, LA investigators say Ortiz rolled up outside Rihanna's Beverly Glen home and fired multiple rounds at the house. Tape on the front gate now covers roughly half a dozen bullet holes.
Wesley unit, shooting just occurred. 10 gunshots fired from the vehicle. CPR believes the shots came from across the street.
The Grammy Award-winning singer was home at the time, but it's still not clear if her partner, A$AP Rocky, and their 3 children were also there. Monday, passing tour buses were full of people who seemed baffled by the violent crime.
I don't know what gets into these people, why anyone would want to harm such a sweet person like Rihanna.
After fleeing the scene, police tracked Ortiz's Tesla and arrested her near a Sherman Oaks mall Sunday afternoon.
Our criminalists are going to be doing some trajectory analysis. They're going to need the street in order to get that.
Monday, investigators spent the day retracing an alleged attempted murder that somehow ended without a single injury. All the more incredible because investigators say those bullets actually hit at least 2 other homes on this block. Tonight, Ortiz is locked in jail on attempted murder charges with more than $10 million bond. We're live in Beverly Glen tonight. Liz Nagy, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
New clues.
Makes you wonder, had it not been Rihanna, if it was just a regular person who maybe doctor, lawyer, or what have you, would the bail have been up to $10 million? Now, who knows? I don't think it would have been up to $10 million. Maybe Rihanna had something to do with the bail being so high because she feared for her life and she was actually present at the time. So just a few things that I thought about when this report came out. First of all, after hearing that she's a Orlando native and she ended up in LA, she definitely didn't take a plane. And if she did, how did she get the firearm? I know she didn't fly with the firearm, so she took a flight. Maybe she knew someone in LA that knew where Rihanna's home was. It's not hard to find out these celebrities' homes, especially when you have tours that pass by some of these celebrities' homes. A tour bus does pass by Rihanna's home, so if there's someone who's not mentally stable and they learn where certain celebrities live, they could always double back. You know, they could rent a car and just drive through the neighborhood, which I think is crazy to me. Many years ago, when my first and only time going to California, I did one of those tours, and I actually passed by Hugh Hefner's mansion, which you can't see anything. Like Rihanna's home, they have these huge gates where you can't actually see the home. and I passed by Quentin Tarantino's home, as well as an old home owned by Jennifer Lopez. We also passed by, let me think, Michael Jackson's last home that he rented when he passed away. We passed by. I remember that vividly because we stopped and I guess the host of the tour was speaking on, this is the home where Michael Jackson met his unfortunate demise. And I'm saying that to say this: I think they need to stop those tours, because there's no way to vet the people that are taking part on those tours. There's no you don't know if someone's a stalker, a fan, and a extreme fan, which is a stalker. You don't know if they're mentally sane or not, and they're able to buy a ticket, take these tours, see the different homes of celebrities. Now, celebrities usually have more than one home, but that's beside the point. It's why drive past celebrity homes and let the public know. Now, what's your thoughts on what I just said as far as ending those tours? And I'm saying that as someone who participated in one, all right? But when things like this happen, although they don't happen often, it's a call to concern. Now, another thing I thought about was when I heard that this woman is from Orlando and she did this out in LA, which is a whole nother side of the country, as we all know. Or for those of you that are not from the States, it's another side of the country, all right? It's literally the East Coast to the West. It made me think about the incident that took place out here in New York City, where the gentleman, he was a football player to some degree, or was a football player in the past. He was working security in Las Vegas, and he drove his car all the way to Manhattan and just spontaneously just hopped out with the assault rifle, walked into a corporate building and took the life of the security guard that was in the corporate building, as well as a police officer. Yes, a police officer as well. They were in the lobby. He just started spraying, and it made me think immediately of that particular event that took place in New York, because when that happened, I was actually in Lower Manhattan when all the police cars were racing to Midtown, where the active shooter was. These things are crazy, and there's no way to honestly, there's no way to stop it. There's no way to stop it. Well, in this situation, I would like to know how the young lady even found Rihanna's address. Is that public information? I mean, with these with Google and with all the technology, is it possible that an everyday person, despite having those tours active, is it possible that these people are able to find this information to get to a celebrity's home? If so, they got to find ways to change that, because you spend all that money to be in these type of neighborhoods, and somebody could just pull up and start spraying through your gate. And if you notice from the news report, Rihanna's home wasn't that far away from the gate. You know, you're better off being further back from the gate if something like this should happen, unfortunately. But her home was very close to the gate. Very close. And it seemed like she probably had like some type of vinyl electric gate. It seemed like it was vinyl. I'm not sure exactly what material, but it appeared to be vinyl. And I know those bullets went straight through like butter. It's very crazy. I'm just glad no one was hurt, because that would just been catastrophic. Just for the simple fact that she was home and the gate was closed. Just to think that somebody could just show up to the front of your house and just start spraying, But listen, she was caught right away, so that's the good news. But this is a call for concern on, will there be changes made in the future for things like this, to prevent things like this from happening. But she's definitely, from the videos that I've seen even before shooting this episode, she seems like she's off. She seems like someone that is a candidate for medication. And I'm not even saying that to be funny. She seems like she's off. Even from that news report that I just played, it seems like she's off. So we'll see what happens. What's next? I did come across something that said that Rihanna was moving from that location. I don't know how true that is. That's why I didn't post it. But I did come across a clip that said Rihanna, right after this event, was leaving that the property, even though the woman is apprehended, but rightfully so, because how could you sleep at night? You don't know if this is going to happen again. This is not something that's normal for that community, and many neighbors attest to that also. So if Rihanna decides to sell the home after this, I couldn't even be mad at her. She has little ones to look after, and it's very, very alarming. But what's your thoughts on all of this? As always, I appreciate everyone for tuning in. If you haven't already, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Tell a friend to tell a friend. I drop episodes daily at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. And as always, stay honorable.